6:50, our top stories here in today's Smart Start for Wednesday. Kids in the city school district as well as some charter schools are not going to class today.
And this decision comes largely in part due to that boil water advisory affecting a large part of Rochester. And this is all after a body was found yesterday in the Highland Park Reservoir. Ron Spitzer is live at RPD headquarters breaking down what we know about the situation so far. Ron.
Yes, that water advisory comes nearly 24 hours after a body was found in that reservoir. Workers found it as they were inspecting the reservoir. Now, the city says some quick tests show the water coming out of the reservoir was still safe to drink, but also looked at past samples. They say they put out the advisory out of an abundance of caution and are conducting other tests that take from 16 to 24 hours to come back. Now, after the test results are in, if the water is deemed safe, they'll drain and then refill the reservoir, adding the other two in the city can easily provide water for everyone. At last night's city council meeting, Mayor Malik Evans was asked why there was a 3-hour delay between the body's discovery and the boil water notice.
As soon as we got word from the county that around 11 o'clock that we needed to have a boil water advisory, within that time, I had a press conference at 1 o'clock and we had a map created immediately, and then we had the website up.
And again, for those students within the RCSD system, school is canceled today. As for that investigation, police are still working to identify the body and determine how they died. For now, Ron Spitzer, News 8.
All right, Ron, we'll see if we get those updates today. Again, some charter schools closed as well due to the water emergency. Getting some questions about whether the city has been following federal safe drinking water mandates that have come up once again.
Back in 2005, EPA safety guidelines required the city to cover Highland as well as the other two reservoirs, Cobbs Hill and Rush, by using ultraviolet rays to treat the water supply before it reaches homes and businesses. It's a multi-million-dollar project, certainly talked about for several years, never finished. However, the city was given until December 31st of this year to get that done. Let's also take a look at this map. This shows everyone who is affected by the boil water advisory. As you can see, it's a large part of the city west of the Genesee River. Lexington Avenue there at the top of your screen down to Arnett Boulevard north-south. That is affected, and from 490 north and south all the way over to North and South Goodman Streets. So if you're in this orange area, everyone, just make sure you take care of your water supply.
And we'll let you know when that advisory is lifted. Let's talk about the morning forecast here with James. Everyone getting ready to go here this Wednesday. And yeah, snow back in the planner.
Yeah, coming around. The good thing is really not sticking to the ground very well.
No.
It's numbers just too warm, but you do see flakes flying, especially west of Rochester. That burst of snow incoming. You see some partial clearing, though, in the sky. That is always nice to see. The temperature is all important as we continue to track these. Rochester 33, Dansville at 31, Penn Yan, you're at 33 as well. We're getting to the mid-30s. Couple of rounds of snow. One probably midday, another one this afternoon. We'll take a look at the 8-day at the end of the show. Brendan McHale.
All right, thank you, James. Sunrise traffic updates here at 6:53. Just told you moments ago about a crash on the east side near 590 southbound at Empire Boulevard, Shelford Road, with police on scene. The view from the west side, all good there for 390 and 490 passing through downtown. Checking sunrise traffic again for you again at about 7:25. Back to our headlines. A man from Leroy is facing child porn charges for a second time in as many years. And a 37-year-old Jordan Brody was initially found guilty of possessing child porn in May 2021. And then prosecutors say Brody was caught trading illegal images of children online in another case. Brody is accused of sharing at least one of the images on social media. That media company reported the illegal content to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Authorities tell us when they went out and searched the suspect's home, they found more pictures of children on his phone and social media. Prosecutors say some of the victims were as young as 6. Brody is facing anywhere from 15 to 40 years in prison.
The troubled battery recycling company Li-Cycle, their CEO speaks out now after a total loss of $138 million throughout 2023. Ajay Kochar laid out a three-point plan for restarting the Rochester hub, which in a newly scaled model will take $500 million to complete. That includes finding new leads for construction locally. The hub was paused when construction costs increased to nearly $1 billion. And the other 2 points of the plan, using a $75 million loan from Glencore, as well as continuing with the federal government on the $375 million loan. The CEO maintains that the local hub is the top priority.
Top priority was the top priority, continues to be top priority. Bunch of steps we have to get through, obviously, to get back to restarting construction. But look, I mean, Glencore, it's in right in the press release, right? You know, this was really an investment to help enable us to get there. It's not the only part of the journey, but it's an important part of the journey to help turn the page, you know, after the speed bump that we hit. So yeah, where it puts it is squarely where it was, which was top priority.
Li-Cycle stock is also back at $1 again, allowing it to remain on the New York Stock Exchange.
Finally, sorry, no, you are not $893 million richer this morning. No winners for the big Mega Millions jackpot. Doesn't mean you didn't win anything. We've got the winning numbers there on your screen. Check them. Maybe you got your money back. That's going to roll over. The next jackpot estimated to be nearly $1 billion Friday night, $977 million. Powerball also big again tonight. Coming up, James.
Wow. Nice.
I know.
How about that?
Get some 48s, 49s coming up later in the forecast.
Look, I heard Li-Cycle putting a lot of getting a lot of tickets. It'd be nice money for them.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that's one way to get your project off the ground.
Build two of the hubs.
Yeah, there you go. 8-day forecast here. Snow around. Couple of rounds today. Watch out, evening commute. Maybe a quick snow squall there, but otherwise feeling like winter on the first day of spring.
It sure is, and we will have an update on that forecast in your news coming up for our next update in 30 minutes.
And have a great morning, everyone. CBS Mornings will join you next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.